Good morning, student. In today's lecture, we are going to study about the digestive system of. So, we are going to study about the digestive system in starfish. In our last class, we have already completed the pedicellaria and the systematic position of starfish. So, now we will see what are the digestive system composed of and how is the feeding and the digestion taking place in a starfish. Plus we will going to see the respiration also. Okay, so we'll start. The digestive system extend from the oral to the aboral side, and it is a straight with shortened and flattened as per the body is. Okay, and it represents a radial symmetry. It represents a radial symmetry and it is formed of alimentary canal and the digestive glands. Okay, so alimentary canal is formed of mouth, esophagus, a stomach, the intestine, and the rectum and the anus. Okay, so alimentary canal will be composed of mouth, esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum, and anus. Okay, the mouth is placed on a oral surface situated in the center of the disc. Okay, and it will be surrounded by a membrane called as a peristome. The mouth will lead upward into a short, wide esophagus which will expand into a large stomach. Okay, in the picture you can see that. Okay, and the stomach will be consist of two parts now. Okay, that is a cardiac stomach, which will be the immediate after the esophagus, and there is a pyloric stomach that lies above the cardiac stomach. Okay, the cardiac stomach is a 5-lobed sac and it is capable of being everted outside the animal while it's feeding. Okay, so it will come outside the body of the organism and it will help in digestion. Okay, actually the digestion of the starfish involve extracellular digestion and intracellular digestion. So the cardiac stomach helps in extracellular digestion. Okay, then the cardiac stomach is held in place by 5 pairs of mesenteric called gastric ligaments, and they are made of connective tissues and muscles. The wall of the cardiac stomach has a gland cells which will be secreting a mucus, and above the cardiac stomach there is a small flattened and the pentagonal pyloric stomach is situated. Okay, now we will see the pyloric stomach. The pyloric stomach will lead upward side, okay, into the intestine, and it gives interradially 5 pairs of hollow diverticula called as a intestinal or rectal cocci. Okay, the intestine leads into the rectum and the rectum opens to the outside. The intestine leads into the rectum and the rectum will be open to the outside aborally by the anus. So anus are placed at the aboral side and the mouth is placed at the oral side. Okay, so this is about the alimentary canal. Now we'll see the digestive gland. The digestive gland of estrus is called as a pyloric cocci. Okay, and there are 5 pairs of pyloric cocci, 1 pair in each arm. Okay, and each pyloric cocci is formed of 2 rows of glandular pouches and they open into the median duct, and these 2 ducts will be unite together to form a common duct called as a pyloric duct at the arm. Okay, and the pyloric duct will open into the pyloric stomach, and the pyloric in this picture you can see that the digestive glands is termed as a pylorica, and they are having a 5 pairs situated in each one pair in each arm. Okay, so this will be pyloric caca is formed of 2 glandular pouches, okay, and that will unite together to form a pyloric duct, and this pyloric duct opens into the pyloric stomach. Okay, the pyloric caca are suspended from the roof of the arms by paired mesenteries, mesenteries. Okay, and this pyloric cacum is formed of 4 types of cells, that is ciliated cell, enzyme cell, enzyme producing cell, mucus cells, and storage cell. So there are 4, not 5, sorry, it is this pyloric cacum is formed of 4 types of cell, that is ciliated cell, the enzyme producing cell, a mucus cells, and storage cell. Okay, now we'll see the feeding and the digestion carried out by the starfish. The starfish is a carnivorous. Okay, so they will be feeding on crustaceans, mollusks, and small fishes. Okay, and when starfish come across a mussel, for example, to understanding the digestion and the feeding mechanism, we'll just consider a mussel. We'll take an example of mussel. So whenever a starfish comes in a contact or across a mussel, it bends its flexible arm over the body of that mussel, okay, and attaches the tube feet to the 2 valves with the help of their sucker. And when 2 valves are separated, the cardiac stomach is everted out and it is inserted between the valves and curved over the body of the mussel. And then the mussel is digested by the digestive juices, which will be poured out through the cardiac stomach, and then when the digestion is completed, the cardiac stomach is withdrawn into the body, and thus digestion is called as a extracellular digestion. Okay, but they also show an intracellular digestion, that is, some digested food is absorbed into the pyloric cacum, where the undigested particles are digested by intracellular digestion. Okay, and the surplus food is stored in the storage cells of the caca, and from the caca the food is diffused into the coelomic fluid, and from the coelomic fluid it is distributed the digested food to the various part of the body, and the undigested food is passed out of the body through the help of anus. Okay? So this is about the digestive system in starfish. Now we will see about the respiration. The respiration is carried out by the thousands of dermal branchiae or papillae that are found on the surface of the skin. These dermal branchiae are a simple, transparent, hollow outgrowths present on the skin. They are present on a arboreal surface projecting through minute opening, and their cavities are in a continuous contact with the coelom, and they are covered with the cilia. Now, how the oxygen exchange of oxygen takes place? What happened? The dissolved oxygen in a seawater is extracted by the gills. This dermal branchiae or the papillae act like a gills. Okay, and with the help of this, the oxygen which is dissolved in a seawater is extracted, and in exchange of that carbon dioxide is given out. Okay? And the thin wall of the tube foot will sometimes may also serves for the exchange of gases. Okay, so this is about the respiration in starfish. Students, if you have any question regarding this two topic, then please let me know. Thank you.